guys, it's Lisa from Fiber Nymph Dye Works. Just so you know, this is not a regular 90% knitting episode. I will have one of those for you next week, or you can go back and watch last week's if you haven't seen that one yet. However, I wanted to pop on here today because I have some things to show you that are going to be going in my shop update tomorrow. And I also have details to give you about the new club, the Yarn and Fiber Club, that I'm going to be offering, and signups for that start on Monday. So I wanted to be able to tell you a little bit about that and tell you where you can go to look for more details for all of these things. So that's what I'm here to share with you today. Shouldn't be taking too long, so let's just get started with it. If you remember, I was planning to do a shop update last Friday, which was like within a week of us getting back from vacation, and that was terribly overly optimistic. So I pushed the shop update, the real shop update, up to this Saturday. So it is tomorrow, Saturday, August 7th, 10 a.m. Eastern is when everything will go live for that. Now, my original plan was I was going to dye up some of your favorite summer colorways that I dye, as well as hopefully one new one. Well, what ended up happening was I ended up dyeing 4 new colorways instead. They are all summer oriented, and I'm going to tell you about them in a minute, but I just think it's so funny. You know, it would have been easier to have done past colorways, but no, my brain decided to be inspired. So we just go with that. So we've got 4 new colorways going into the shop tomorrow. I hope you love them because I really enjoyed dyeing them. The first one, and I'm going to do these in no particular order. A couple of them were actually inspired a bit by past colorways, but they're quite different from the past colorways. So one of those is called Fireworks with an exclamation point. And this is my new Fireworks colorway. I did a colorway called Grand Finale one time, and I've dyed that here and there in the shop, and it was a fireworks, obviously a fireworks inspired colorway, but this one is very different because it stripes with a little stripe of black in between all the bright colors. So, you know, just like fireworks in the dark sky at night, and you get those bright pops of color. I know not everyone is a fan of fireworks, especially if you have small children or dogs that get freaked out, but you know, if you're doing it responsibly and you're going somewhere specifically to watch fireworks, I think they're grand. So here we go, Fireworks, and here is what this will stripe up like. All right, so that will be in the shop tomorrow. All of these will be in the shop on several different bases. I'm still working on rescanning, but you know, they'll be shipping out in their same reasonable amount of time, which is usually within 3 to 4 business days after you've ordered. Okay, so Fireworks is the first colorway I'm going to show you. Another one that I've done a version of this before, but this is a totally new version. This is called More Zinnias. I did a colorway one time called Zinnia Patch because I grow zinnias in my garden every year. Here's an inspiration photo. Those are my zinnias this year. They're so pretty. Oh my gosh, loving them. Finally started cutting some and bringing them in the house. Anyway, I love zinnias, and they're just a great colorway. And so I did this colorway that includes the green from the greenery. My old colorway did not have that. It just was the flower colors. So this one alternates a green stripe in between all of the flower colors, and this is how this will stripe up for you. All right, so that is More Zinnias. And fun fact, if you have zinnias, the more you cut them and like bring them in to put them in vases or jars or whatever, the fuller the plants will get. They'll just proliferate. It's amazing. I've never had zinnias fail on me in the garden. Okay. Another one that is vaguely inspired by a former colorway, which was called Beach Glass. You might remember that. I did that several years ago. And I haven't done it a lot since, but I like it. And it was a speckled colorway, a speckled stripe. It was 2 stripes, white and then a speckled stripe. I wanted to expand that, and I wanted to do more stripes and have some bolder colors, but still maintain the speckles. So here's what I came up with. Look at those colors. I'm calling this Bright Sea. So these are all really bright oceany blues and greens, and you can see in there the speckle. And I did knit up a sample of how this one knits up. Since it's got the speckle, it's really hard for me to do speckled and variegated stripes with my software. So this is how Bright Sea will knit up or stripe up. You could crochet it too or weave with it. Yeah, so that's Bright Sea. So those are the three that have vague ties to past colorways, but they're totally new colorways on their own. And then the fourth one is a brand new colorway, and it was inspired by our vacation that we just took. If you didn't watch the last podcast, we just got back from a week-long paddling trip in Michigan on the Au River. And it was beautiful. It was relaxing. Wildlife was great. The scenery was lovely. But the one thing that I was just captivated by, and this is my thing pretty much anywhere I go, is looking at rocks. And this river is just full of beautiful rocks. Now, I know that's subjective because not everybody sees beauty in rocks, but I find beauty in even the most mundane rocks. So here is an inspiration picture of some of the rocks that I was picking up. And those are the rocks that I used as my inspiration for this colorway. It is a 6-stripe colorway, and I'm calling it River Rocks, appropriately enough. And here is the yarn. And here is how this one will stripe up. Yeah, I love rocks. I was actually quoted in a newspaper article one time saying that. I may have told you that story before. I love rocks. When I was in college, I took an elective one summer on flint knapping, which is where you make like arrowheads and cutting tools and things like that out of rocks, the way it used to be done way back in the days of prehistoric man. Anyway, a reporter for our local newspaper came to do a story on this class because it was so unique. And I believe the professor was new that semester as well. It was the first time he was teaching. And so they were interviewing him, they were talking about the class, and then they were interviewing some of the students. And they asked me, like, so why did you decide to take this class? And I'm like, I love rocks. So that's my claim to fame there in the news. Anyway, okay, so River Rocks. And you might notice, if you are playing along with the 2021 Nature Mal, it is currently, the sea is the theme for the next 2 months, which is fine. Like, sea is kind of broad. Anything natural body of water related. So rivers, bright seas, fireworks really would not be for the sea, but if you're going to be doing the sky section in the next 2-month period, fireworks would be right up there. Not sure how you could get zinnias to fit in. I guess if you're laying on the ground and you see the zinnias up against the sky, you could work with that. Anyway, these four colors would be really good for the knit along if you're taking part. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to show you is I did do a mini set of the Bright Sea colors. I was going to do them for some of the others, but I ran out of time, so I might do those sometime in the future. But here is a mini set with the 5 colors, so 4 semi-solids and the speckle for Bright Sea. Yeah, I have these on Bounce, Bedazzled, and Cozy minis, so those will be in the shop. So that is, oh yeah, I did actually start. I started doing the knit sample of more zinnias, so here's how it's striping up so far. I have one more stripe to go, which is sort of a paler coral stripe than this one. So that's what that'll look like. All right, so those are the colorways. Again, they will be in the shop. The update starts tomorrow, which is Saturday, August 7th at 10 a.m. Eastern. So those things will all become available. There are still grab bags left from last week that I put in. Since I wasn't doing the update, I decided to give you guys something, so I did some grab bags. There are still several left, so if you're interested in any of those, there's self-striping ones, and then there's some variegated ones with poof and variegated ones with floof still in the shop. So check those out if you're interested. Okay, now the other thing I wanted to tell you about, I have have to reach for my mouse so that I can read my laptop, which is over here. And by the way, I just got a new laptop last week too. That has been the other challenge of this past week, which is also why I did not do a regular podcast this week, because the learning curve on getting a new laptop, it shouldn't be that great. It's still, a PC-based laptop. It's nothing super new, but oh my gosh, trying to figure things out and get files transferred and get everything set up and programs running and remembering passwords to be able to log into things that I just have saved on my old laptop. It's been quite the ordeal. But it's at least nice to have a laptop that works and runs quickly and doesn't bog down every time I try to do something. So this little video will actually be a good test for it, because it's going to see if it's going to live up to its processor's claim to fame of being able to do multitasking without bogging down. Fingers crossed. Okay, so the sign-ups for my new club, which is called the Encore Yarn and Fiber Club, and I realized after the fact that might be a little misleading because there is a yarn brand called Encore. This has nothing to do with the yarn brand named Encore. It's called Encore, as in, an encore. When you go to a concert and the band comes back out at the end and you get some more songs, it's always so much fun. The fun lasts a little bit longer. That's the idea behind this club. So the Encore Yarn and Fiber Club signups will start on Monday, August 9th at 9 a.m. and they will remain open either until all 30 spots fill up or until August 31st, whichever comes first. I will say the last time I had club signups, all of the spots filled up within the first day. I don't know that that'll be the case again this time, but I'm just giving you the heads up. Okay, so what I decided to do for the Encore Yarn and Fiber Club is I chose 3 of my most popular clubs that I've ever done. And those are the Happy Hour Club, the Tea for Two Club, and the Just Desserts Club. And I'm going to do one encore round for each of those. So that will be the 3 shipments. One will be Happy Hour themed, one will be Tea for Two themed, and one will be Just Desserts themed. I am making this one available on both yarn and fiber. I believe before those were only all yarn clubs. So if you want a fiber option this time, you have it. Also, the shipments will include the extras that were included in all 3 of those clubs originally. So Happy Hour came with a coordinating stitch marker. Tea for Two came with 2 helpings of the tea that is the inspiration for the colorway, and then Just Desserts comes with the recipe for the dessert that is the inspiration for the colorway. So you'll be getting all of that. I'm making these available on 4 different yarns and 4 different fiber options. All of the yarns this time are fingering weight. I just decided to keep it a little bit simple, so you can choose between Bounce, Bedazzled, or Mountain Tweed. And then the 4th option is a combo, so you'd get 1 shipment in each of those bases. And then for fiber, there will be Polworth, BFL Silk, and Falkland, or a combo where you would get 1 of each of those over the course of the 3 shipments. Let's see, what else? The shipping dates will be, all my clubs ship out within the last 7 days of each shipping month. So it would be the last 7 days of September, November, and then January of 2022. And I always think it's fun when a club lands a month in January, like my last shipments in January, because you just got through the holidays. And it's such a nice gift to yourself to get that last club shipment in January. As something different about this club I'm doing is it's going to be, all the signups are being facilitated through a shop listing. There won't be a sign-up form. So this is kind of similar to how I did the Winter Magical Holiday Countdown sets this year. No sign-up form, it's just a shop listing. And once the 30 membership spots are claimed through the shop listing, I'll be shutting the listing down, or again, I'll be leaving it up till August 31st, whichever comes first. But you'll be able to go there, you'll be able to make your choice between all of those options from there, and once you complete your transaction, then you'll know that your membership spot is secure. So I won't need to write to you and confirm things. Everything will be done through the shop listing. Shipping. This time, all U.S. shipping is going to be free. that kind of goes hand in hand with my, free shipping for orders over $50. Obviously, the club shipment is over $50, and even though that's 3 different shipments, I'm just giving it to you free shipping for the U.S. memberships. For Canadian and other international shipping, there is going to be a shipping charge. It'll just be a flat rate. It'll be $15 for the Canada orders and $30 for the other international, and that covers all 3 shipments. And that's a prorated amount, so it's taking off the shipping allowance for the U.S. amount. I subtracted that from what I would be charging for those other shipping fees. So you're getting a break there too. I'm trying to make this as affordable as I can for everybody because, everybody can use a break now and then, right? Okay, so that is shipping. I think I told you all the contents, the shipping dates, payments are just being facilitated through the listing. Like I said, you have the listing in the shop, you pay for it just like you would pay for anything else in the shop. I will say if you're ordering anything that is in stock, please place that on a separate order, not along with a club membership. Otherwise, I will possibly have to charge you extra shipping for the in-stock stuff because those can't ship along with a club shipment. I will also add that if you are outside of the U.S., you are responsible for any fees or taxes or VAT that is charged once the item gets to your country. I don't do anything with that. I know that's getting to be a thing in some areas, but that has always been my policy, that those kind of fees are up to the purchaser at the time that they're receiving their products. Let's see, anything else? I don't think so. I think that's everything. If you have any questions about the club, please email me, fibernymph@gmail.com, and ask me through there. Don't put it in the comments here. I mean, I don't mind if you put it in the comments here, but I can't guarantee you'll get a timely reply in the comments here. So if it's something about the club and about the memberships or ordering or whatever, it's much, much better for you to email me, because I will get back to you usually within a day or two if you email me. So again, fibernymph@gmail.com for any questions about that. And I think that's everything I have to tell you. I am really excited about this new club. I've wanted to do an Encore club because I always have ideas, like after a club's over, it's like, oh, I had a couple ideas that I didn't get to use. So this is a fun way for me to do that. So I hope you will enjoy that too. And if you didn't get into the last club, I hope you're able to get into this one, because like I said, I'm going to try to shut it off right around 30 members. So we'll see how it goes. That's manageable for me to be able to get out to you guys. Yeah, that's everything. Again, I'm going to be doing a regular podcast hopefully next week. And until then, have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye.